My name is Marco, I'm a pro opera singer turned voice actor, and I love talking about video game music from an emotional perspective. And today I am on a quest to I'm on a quest to find the scariest video game music ever made. We will be ranking your choices. You had a lot to say about this. Let's see if you've picked truly disturbing and scary music for me to listen to. First up, of course, is Bloodborne, the soothing hymn. I'm sure it will be very soothing. Oh, the strings, such a classic technique for terror. Oh, it's slowly creeping up into the upper register. It's very soothing. Whispers are so evocative. Crescendo into full loudness there, and then a pullback. Crescendo, decrescendo. The way that we use strings in that particular song, to use a tremolo and to use strings to press into the bow so that it gives us this real, like, almost like we're literally, like, there's two hairs that are just like pressing into each other in a way. When the violins and the strings really lean into each other, that is haunting. And then to have essentially O vowels with the vocalists upper register with the sopranos and altos. Straight dissonance, very uncomfortable. To have that solo soprano stick out, boom, like that too. That's really unnerving. And there, you notice there's this big wave setting in there. Man, that was uncomfortable. I need some sort of a palate cleanse. I don't know how I'm going to keep doing this. Let me listen to the Animal Crossing New Horizons opening theme for 10 seconds. I would put soothing melody at an unsoothing 9 out of 10. That was very uncomfortable. It felt like the hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. It also just felt like I wasn't able to breathe properly. Like everything got tight and my shoulders got really intense. I don't believe that this is going to be scary, but Pikmin 2 Submerged Castle is apparently terrifying. Let's see if that's true. What the Oh my god. Oh, that's the descent down. What's happening is yada, yada. It's actually not scary, like structurally. It's very uncomfortable. But what's not scary is it's just going down and just hitting every black and white key as it descends. So it's out of chord structure. But boy, that is unnerving, because I'm picturing a dark room and the constant sort of mallet striking, ding, 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 ding. That's very uncomfortable. The fact that it's hummed almost, so it's closed mouthed hum, so and also there's no tonal center, so it's very, it's ching, 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 ching. It's just very scary. That was very uncomfortable. That is an easy 10 out of 10 on the scariest video game music list. I did not expect Pikmin 2 to reach that high, but I hate that I'm doing this. Innocent Moon from Silent Hill 3. Surely this won't be too bad. No, it's bad. Oh, God. I like the piano, actually. Shada, bada, yada. No doubt about it, the sewer system sound quality there, especially in the beginning and at the end, is really unnerving. That's certainly more ambience than music itself. But what I would say is that the piano actually makes this less scary. That's actually longing, desperation, a feeling of isolation. The piano, because of its soundscape, now the piano can be quite unnerving. Just look up anything that John Cage has ever done with prepared piano, the Bacchanal, or I think the other piece that I'm thinking of is the Banshee. That shit is terrifying. Now, if this was a prepared piano piece with nuts and bolts and a hammer, so when it struck, it wouldn't fully produce that sound, I think it would be a bit more unnerving. But in general, I actually find that the way that we're writing this piano melody, that ends up sounding more distressed. And so for me, that's really more like a 4 out of 10 on the scariest video game music ever. Like, that's sad. And it seems like the Silent Hill games generally are more psychological in their nature rather than brute horror. But I bet you in context, that would be pretty scary. Final Fantasy VII, Those Chosen by the Planet. Some nice crunching here. Yeah, so in terms of being the scariest video game music ever written, I don't think that this is. In fact, I would say that this is way more alarming and haunting more than it is scary. That makes my skin crawl and makes me uncomfortable. What a great piece. Those Chosen by the Planet, in my mind, is Sephiroth's true theme. And of course, we experience this when Sephiroth discovers the truth about his identity, who he is, without going into spoilers. And it is incredibly uncomfortable. It is incredibly stunning to listen to this and be like, wow, this is not the person I thought it was. This is not the person that he thought he was. And there's a big shift in the way that the plot moves. This is like a cornerstone of Final Fantasy VII's plot. And I think in that case, it works exceptionally well. Would I say it's terrifying? No, I do think a little bit of the dissonance that occurs there in the middle section. Yeah. That's a little uncomfortable, but in general, this wouldn't necessarily be scary to me. It'd be more like, holy crap, something terrible has just happened. I would put that at a 4 out of 10 on the scariest music list, in my opinion. Next up is If You Gaze Long Into an Abyss, which seems to be based off of the Nietzsche quote, if you gaze into the abyss long enough, the abyss stares back at you, or whatever. But this is If You Gaze Long Into an Abyss from Ender Lily's Quietus of the Nights, which if you haven't played it, I recommend it, especially if you like Metroidvania. It's a pretty good game. Ooh. Ugh. Oh, I hate that. Ugh. No, I can't keep listening to that. The drone in there, it makes me feel like it's like someone passing a very long sustained period of gas, of flatulence. But what's really interesting to me is the discomfort really comes from the twinkling in the percussion instrument, the little mallet sound that we're getting, on top of the sampled breath. And I want to talk about breath in general because breath is such a powerful and effective tool, both in regular non-scary music, but also in this particular case. Like, this is a haunting and uncomfortable and unnerving feeling because of the humanity in the breath. I mean, you hear it even when I'm speaking. That's just how you know that I'm human, you know? Breath is something that we all have. Cielo si può morir. That all that little breath that we hear in between notes can be really effective at making us understand the emotion of a character while they're singing or while they're being presented in front of us. But in this particular track, breath is actually used as an antagonistic force to cause us feelings of discomfort and fear, and it's done incredibly well. And also there's a little random hum that pops in every once in a while. That is terrifying. I hated that. That's an easy 10 out of 10 for me. Easily one of the scariest video game tracks ever written. Next up is Not Your Rain from Rain World Downpour. Ooh, I don't like that. Ooh, playing with dissonance a lot here. No, that's uncomfortable, and the reason why that's uncomfortable is because the droning sound that we're hearing with that sort of bass guitar synthesized element, what that does is it doesn't follow any standard tonal patterns, and so what it almost feels like it's just the person playing the instrument, and wherever they land, they land. If it's dissonant, it's dissonant. If it's tonal, it's tonal. If it's has a pitch center, like if it's part of the key, then it's part of the key. But there's also a little bit of a wispy sound quality, which I understand apparently is some sort of rot that exists in this particular area. It's a very unnerving track, and it's really unpleasant to listen to because not only is there no melody, well there is, but it's a melody that is not very pleasant. It really leans on the idea of randomness and the sound quality of that particular instrument that is constantly playing. That warm sound should be comforting, but in this case, it provides an alien feeling that is very scary. I would put that at a 6 out of 10 on the scariest video game music list for sure. Very unnerving and very uncomfortable. Next up is Super Paper Mario River Twygz Bed. There's no way that Super Mario in any context is going to have a scary piece, but let's No. 10 out of 10. No, thank you. I will not be listening to more of that. That is uncomfortable. Obviously, the satanic voice is very unnerving, coupled with just the crunch in there. No, no. Why? I'm not happy. Lisa the Painful. Blood for sex? Screaming? What the Here comes the fat beat drop, right? There's a beat drop. Tap. No, see, that's also very uncomfortable, and I think for multiple different reasons. The constant drone of the underneath the that's really unnerving, and then obviously now we've got this that's really uncomfortable. Also, this is just. It's just sort of relentless. It doesn't ever let up. It's the constant soundscape. And I think that that's something that's really evocative, is that it never gives us a chance to breathe. It never pauses and lets us reset. Like, you really feel like this is not something I should be hearing. I think that the sort of pseudo scream is really evocative. And then of course the drone is really uncomfortable. That's an easy 8 out of 10 for me on the scariest video game music list for sure. Here's another one I just don't believe. Earthbound Mother 2 Final Battle with Giygas. I mean, so much dissonance in here. Sounds like electric zapping. computerized. There is a rhythm in here, though. Shun, shun. A bit of randomness, which also aids in causing fear. Almost like an organ sound. It's definitely like a unnatural sound to this. It's like pressing on the MIDI on the key too long. That's actually a beat pattern. That's interesting. Oh God. So we're taking innocence of like a xylophone and turning it into something terrifying. Earthbound is all about children. So it's got like an it quality to it. This is very melodic though. That's very pretty actually. Okay, this isn't too bad. Wow, that's... This is interesting to me because this uses a mix of ambient soundscape with music, and it's certainly very unnerving. I think it's genius to use the playful children's melody at around 250, make you feel really safe and comfortable like it's about to pass, and then a quick transition into, hey, fuck you, basically. That's very funny. In fact, here's a comment, 301 in music theory, this is called a fuck you transition, and I actually don't fully disagree with that. That's very unnerving. I would put that at a 7 out of 10 on the scariest video game music list. Certainly the back half of this was actually more uncomfortable because as you turn up the volume, it really makes you feel like you're in this like in a giant warehouse. You know, I'm gonna take a break. I was gonna film like 5 more, but honestly, I think I just need to re-push play on this one. If you like this, I'll do more. I guess. No, that's a nice soft spot. Oh, thank God this exists.